It's me again, and it's time for another Bible story lesson. Today's lesson is going to be about David, who later becomes King David. I wanted to say hi to Gavin and Chloe and Abby and Jake and everyone else that's been watching. And here's today's story. David was a special friend of God. When he was a boy, he took care of his father's sheep. He wrote beautiful songs to tell God that he loved him. Many of his songs are in the Bible. They are called the Psalms. And see, there's David setting out in the field, and he's got his little sheep by him, and he's got a harp. This lion wants to eat David's sheep. God has made David strong and brave. With God's help, David will kill the lion so that it can't hurt the sheep. Look at how big that lion is. And all the sheep are hiding behind David, but David's got faith that God's going to help him, and God does. Goliath wants to hurt God's people with his spear and his sword. David is using his slingshot to throw a stone at Goliath. David knows that God will help him. The stone will hit Goliath in the head, and Goliath will fall down dead, and all of God's people will be safe. And there's Goliath and David. And look at how big Goliath is. And David wasn't very old here, and Goliath was a grown man. But David wasn't scared because he knew God was going to help him. King Saul had a son named Jonathan. David and Jonathan were best friends, but King Saul wanted to kill David. Jonathan helped hide David from the king. Jonathan knew that he must obey God and help David, even if his father said he should not. You and I must always obey God too. And see, there they are. Samuel is old now, but he is still one of God's helpers. God told him to pour olive oil on David's head. This is how God showed everyone that David would become the next king of God's people. God will help David to be a good king. And there's Samuel pouring the oil on David. Now David is the king of Israel. The big golden box behind him is called the Ark of the Covenant. He is bringing the Ark to Jerusalem. He is jumping for joy. He loves God, and God loves him. And God loves you too. You should be very happy knowing that God loves you. And there he is. Look at how happy David is. All right, that's the lesson for today. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time.